Going live. Here we go. Again, I never know when it like actually kicks in and the video actually starts recording, so I'm just gonna ramble for like nothing. The first, maybe let's go. Okay, 15 seconds. 15 seconds in on my clock. When I hit the replay button later, I'll find out what actually happens. Anyway, hi everyone, Christine Parker here, a bioenergetics practitioner, breathwork coach, and yes, I do massage therapy on the side. So today I wanted to hop on. I didn't hop on last week because I was at an event, which I'm going to get to in a minute, but I wanted to talk about goals and your energy and your vibration and why they need to match. If you have any comments about this stuff, please comment on the live, in the recording, the replay, message me, whatever. But a quick story first. So maybe 2 months ago, I was like feeling blah. I was like trying to like push through some things in life, and it just wasn't working the way I wanted it to, and I was feeling kind of crappy about it. And then I looked at what the actions I was doing in life, and I'm like, the actions that I'm doing are not matching what I want the outcome to be on a lot of different things. So I sat down one morning, I got out my journal, and I gave myself an accountability and a reality check. Normally I'm like, oh, I need somebody to be my accountability partner, because there's that like, what's it called? Like someone else is counting on you type thing, right? And for me personally, I need to start doing that myself, my own damn self, which I think a lot of us need to do. So if you need to start doing that too, a lot of times if we say we're going to do something and we tell someone else we're going to do something and they're relying on you, you do it. But if you do that to yourself and then you're just like, oh, I'm not going to do it. It's like going to the gym. If you're meeting someone at the gym, you're going to go. But if you're not meeting anyone in there, it's like, oh, maybe you don't want to go, so you don't go to the gym. Sidetracking, but that's a whole other thing. So I sat down, I gave myself a reality check, and I'm like, dude, here are all the things that you want to do, and you're not doing them. Here's what you need to do to start getting in alignment with those things, right? It's like, how many times a week do you need to hit the gym? How much water do you need to drink? You want to start doing breath work in the morning to help calm down your nervous system, reset the nervous system, all that type of stuff. And I go over this in my one-to-one program with people. I'm like, but I was not doing it myself. So I sat down, I gave myself a little bit of a reality check, and then I aligned my energy to it. I aligned my vibration to it. I use bioenergetics, bit of breath work, but it's mostly the bioenergetics treatments that I do with that to, hi everyone, hopping on, to align my energy and clear out any subconscious programming that is like blocking the signal of what I want to bring in. So, and what I mean by that is that if you are vibrating at the frequency of, I don't really want this thing. Does that make sense? I'm going off track now. I get sidetracked when I see comments coming in. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about frequency, vibration, and your goals and why they need to match. So yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So let's get back on track. So your energy is basically your broadcast signal, right? It's like, what are you putting out in the world you're going to attract back in? I think it was Joe Dispenza. Maybe I'll write that in the description too. I think he said like your thoughts are the signal and your emotions are the magnet. So it's like, what thoughts and beliefs are you putting out there in the world? And then what feelings are the magnet coming back in? So again, I align myself to it. And it was like a flip switched, and I started feeling better about myself. My energy started feeling better. My mood was better. My thoughts were better. And within, I think 2 weeks of that, I manifested going on a retreat with someone, which is what I want to do. I want to do more events and retreats and things like that. And yeah, it kind of came out of the blue. It also came out of like an earlier meeting that I met with someone earlier in a couple months before that, because I was at another event and I decided like, hey, it's time to start getting out in the world again, get out of the house and start being in rooms with people again after the world shut down for a few minutes. And just getting out of my comfort zone, starting to align. Yeah, starting. There's too many comments. You guys are like throwing me off. Starting to align with my own energy and what I want to put out in the world. I was starting to attract that back in, which I was just like, holy crap. So long story short on that, I'm now going to Costa Rica next month and doing a retreat. And I'm going to be teaching the things that I teach in my one-to-one programs and in my treatment sessions with people, which I'm super, super excited about. Yeah, if anybody has any questions about that, drop in the chats, all the things. I get nervous when I go live not for obvious reasons, but I think most people get nervous when they go live. What else did I want to say about manifestation stuff? Yeah, like sometimes when we want something, our subconscious belief is that we don't deserve it, or we're not good enough for it, or it's just a complete mismatch. And what I do with the bioenergetics and what you can do with the Mortar March, the video is somewhere on my channel. Maybe I'll link it in the notes or whatever, but you can start to synchronize that with your subconscious mind. So if your goal is to, whatever your goal is, I'm just going to completely generalize this for everyone. Whatever your goal is, if you synchronize and use the Mortar March to, I'm thankful and grateful for all the opportunities in my life, it's going to bring you more opportunities to reach your goal. I'm thankful, grateful for the abundance in my life. You can start to do, sorry, I'm just reading like some of the comments down here. If you want to, what was I going to say? Abundance, right? Like abundance in anything. It could be abundance in health, abundance in wealth, abundance in relationships. And so, yeah, I think I'm going off track. 7 minutes. That's of me rambling. Just a couple quick notes again here. So your energy is your broadcast signal. So whatever you are vibrating at, you're putting that out into the world, and you're going to track that back. There are certain things, certain negative fears, false beliefs, we'll call them, in your subconscious mind that could be blocking you from bringing those things in. And you don't want to force manifestation. You don't want to like push the river. You don't want to be like, well, I'm going to manifest this and, do or die type thing. You put the signal out there, you put it out there, and then you almost have to detach from the outcome, like not be so attached from the outcome that you get worried and stressed about what's actually going to happen. And that's basically what I did with this retreat stuff. I'm like, I'm putting it out to the world, and whatever comes back at me. Because sometimes when we get too focused and too narrow-minded on what we think we want, we don't leave room for the universe to bring us in all the other things that could potentially be options that we weren't even aware of, which is what happened with this retreat. I thought that I had to get out there and build, I should build relationships regardless, but get out there, build relationships. It was going to take time. It was going to take several months before I actually went on one. And one happened within like weeks of me meeting someone. And I thought it was going to take months, and I thought it was going to take all this hard work. And if you think it's going to take hard work, it is. But when you just put what you want out there and you let the universe bring it to you, it typically happens a lot more easily. Okay. That's it for today. I try to keep these under 10 minutes. Sometimes I ramble. Yeah. Any questions about it, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Dropping pens. Drop it in the comments if you want to know more about it, or if you want help with any of this stuff. Reach out to me, and yeah, start with the Mortar March. That's a good way to start reprogramming your subconscious mind. But if you want help with like actually how to do that, then reach out to me, and you can jump in one of my programs and we can start doing that. Cool. All right. Parker out. Have a great weekend, and yeah, happy manifesting. Okay, now here's the thing. How do I shut these down? There we go. Hit the X. Yes, I want to cancel.